Well, it has been a month of Wednesdays, but we are back once again with the Fresno SCCA Sim Racing League here at Lime Rock, Connecticut. Getting some practice here underway, about a minute and a half left to go in the warm-up session. We'll be right on to qualifying. Something a little bit different that they do here with the SCCA group is qualifying is actually for points. So they're time trial competition then. So we got 15 minutes to get 4 laps in, and then we come out and we're in a 25 lap race. So actually both events are considered, both sessions are considered to be events. So last time out, we were at, where were we at last? Shikubi, I guess I'm saying that wrong, I'm sure, but it's been a month ago. April 8th was the last race here for the SCC Fresno chapter. Alex Neufeld swept the night, and he is also, as we're going to pull up here right now, we're going to show you right now, the point standings right now for the SCC Fresno Sim League. Alex Neufeld out in front with 36 points. Paul Newton, 26 points in second spot. Just right there behind Paul is Bryce Dickman at 24. Marcus Powell, Tyler King in 4th and 5th. Castillo tied with Tyler King there with 9 points, and his James brother was 6. And then we got a logjam back at 8th. Everybody else with no points. They only give award points for up in the top of the show here. So everybody on back with no points, 36 points back. Neufeld with 4 wins. Basically what that is, the first race of the season at Winton Motor Raceway National Circuit. He had fast time and took the race. Paul Newton came back next at Okayama, took and swept the weekend. So every race so far, every series we've done out of the first 3 weeks has been a sweep. It was Neufeld with a sweep the first week, Newton swept the second, and then Alex Neufeld swept the last race back in April. So tonight here at Lime Rock, Connecticut. Lime Rock, one of the oldest racetracks out here in the United States. It's opened back in 1957, only a mile and a half long. But the key with these Mazdas, as it is in most tracks, is keeping up with your momentum. This is nothing really technical here at Lime Rock. Most of the corners pretty sweeping. But if you just got to keep the momentum up with these cars, you lose a little bit of ground, and it's really hard to get them wound back up. So right now we're going to get right over on time into our dang it, I'm stumbling that I started, but time trial competition underway right now, and it is going to see who gets out on the racetrack right now. See who can take home the points here in the first part of the night. We also do something afterwards, little fun event afterwards. We don't really broadcast it, but afterwards they're going to run a few laps at with the Pro Light trucks at West. What's the name of that track in Nevada? Wild West Motorsports Park. So that should be a fun one after. I think I might just jump in the truck with these guys and see if I can bang some fenders with them a little bit. It's been a while since I had the opportunity to get into a car, make any laps. So here's Paul Newton in the 27. We also, a little added feature, we got some driver cams here with us tonight. We got Trevor Fetchner there in the top left, Paul Newton in the top right. Audrey Tan, Paul's Team Skittles teammate down in the bottom left-hand corner, and Bryce Dickman giving us his angle right there. I like that big wide monitor that Audrey has. I wonder if maybe that's a little easier to take care of the set of triples. We'll have to see. So Trevor always with a smile on his face up in the top left corner, always having fun. We watched him in practice, just having a blast. Tore the car up a little bit in practice, but we're going to get time trial underway right here. Alex Neufeld out on the racetrack first. He's going to make his way. I think this is going to be his out lap at this point. So he's coming off the last corner, off of turn number 7, down the hill. I think we're down the front straightaway here, across the line. We'll see if Alex puts in a lap or if this is his out lap here. So he is going to start his first lap of qualifying. Everybody out there on the racetrack right now. Neufeld, Dickman, Ringgold, Tan. We've got 13 cars I heard tonight, so a really good field here tonight for the Fresno SCCA chapter. So what they're all about here is they run rallycross races, and so in between races they'll come out here and just kind of throw together some events on the sim, just to kind of keep everybody together, get out and have a little bit of fun. So in between real events here, they're coming out here and getting on the sim. So just a good group of racers having a good time, both in real life and out here on iRacing. Alright, so another event they have coming up pretty soon, if you haven't been here before, is they're going to They had an event going on with Dirt Rally 2.0, but EA shut that one down, so they're going to go ahead and run that rally race that we're going to do, but they're going to do it with EA Sports WRC. So Fresno SCCA Sim Rally Club will run 5 rounds of stage rally competition using the EA Sports WRC game. First round's going to happen June 17th to 28th, so if you're interested in that, getting some rally, I love some rally racing myself, but if you're interested in getting out there, join the club right there. You can get in and get some events in. Go to Fresno SCCA.com/sim racing for more information if you want to get involved in either the real events, the rally, or even the races here on the sim. But right now we've got a few drivers making the laps right there. Newfield at the top right now with a 58.33. Tyler King is going to come across in second at a 59.528. And Dickman, the only other driver right now in the 59s, at a 59.726. Marcus Powell is going to squeeze his way into the second spot, only about 0.5 of a second behind Newfield. Newfield putting on a really good lap right there. Let's see if anybody can touch it. If anybody can, it's going to be Paul Newton. We'll see Paul out here on the racetrack as he is making his way. Where is Paul on the racetrack? Coming across the line. Going to get one lap, and it looks like he is going to shut her down right there. So Paul does not get an official lap, and he's got 10 minutes. He's got 4 laps that he can get in. He's still got 10 minutes left to go, so it looks like Paul jumped to the pits right there. We'll take a look here at Newfield, see if he can improve on his time at a 58.330. He makes his way across the line. He does improve on it at 58.218 there for Alex Newfield. He is going to increase his gap there with the pole. Dickman now up to second. Right there, only 0.02 of a second behind Newfield. It was a great race last time out with Newfield, Dickman, and Paul Newton. Has had a good 3-car battle there for quite a while. So Dickman's showing some good pace here. He's got some practice, and Powell's going to come across, improve on his time, but does not improve his position. He's going to stay there in third at a 58.634. Looks like Paul Jackson going to get a time in here. Down the line, I think that was just kind of a warm-up lap for him at a 1:59. So we're going to see if Paul can improve on that next time around. See, he's going to pull off the racetrack again one more time. Where is Paul Newton? So here comes Paul. He comes off of turn number 7. He's going to make his way down across the start-finish line. Can he move his way up to the top of the charts? Here comes Paul Newton across the line. Actually, it looks like that's going to be his outlap. Got me all excited for nothing, so no official time there. So still Alex Newfield on the pole. He has his 4 laps completed. He has set the target at a 58.218. Dickman right there behind him. Newton out on the racetrack. James Carruthers is going to come across the line. James is going to move his way up into 4th. So we got most of the field now into the 59s or 58-second bracket. Only Sullivan, Jackson, and Ringgold into the 1-minute area. We're going to see if anybody else can make up some time here. Keep an eye on the 27 of Newton, the Team Skittles number 27. As he makes his way through turn number 6, he's going to make that big sweeping right-hander here. Turn number 7, down the hill, off the last corner, going to make his way up to the line. Let's see if Paul Newton can move up the charts here, see if he can get up to the pole. Can he knock Alex Newfield off the top? Only going to get up to 5th right there at a 9.81. He has 0.7 of a second to, actually almost a full 0.8 of a second to make up if he's going to get himself up onto the pole. Well, thanks for being here. My name is Chris Murphy with DRSN. Happy to bring you all the coverage here for the SCCA Fresno Sim Racing League, Fresno SCCA Sim Racing League. We're going to be here all the way throughout the season. Around about once a month, so we're going to finish this thing up around November. Take a look at the schedule. Actually, December, the last race of the season, will be December 2nd. It is a 22-week season, a 22-race season. It's 11 weeks, but it's 22 events with the time trial competition and the 25-minute race. All right, let's keep an eye on Carruthers now. Carruthers up to 4th. He has his laps in. Paul Newton out here on the racetrack in 5th. Cross the line. Does he improve? He does. He goes up to 3rd at a 58.56, but he is still 0.3 of a second off of our fast time right now. Can he move up Can he get ahead of Neufeld? Neufeld looks pretty quick right now. Dickman was right there, but can Paul Newton make up any ground? Juan Castillo looks like he's going to complete his 4 laps. He is going to finish his qualifying effort there in 6th. We've got Quinn Ringgold out on the racetrack. Bert Schneider also in the lobby. It looks like he's got his 4 laps in, but I don't see a time on the board. I'm guessing he may have been off the track each lap and did not get a time in. Ringgold is completed his lap, so we're going to keep an eye here on the 27 of Paul Newton. Actually, we're going to go ahead and jump in the car with him here. We're going to ride along with Paul. So Paul, nice enough to share his in-car camera with us, so we can ride along with him as he's going to come across the line. Last lap did not improve. It was actually 2/10 of a second slower than his previous lap. So let's see if Paul can find something here on his last lap. This is the last lap out here for the 27. Can he make up some time here? He's got to make up 0.3 of a second. Can he find something here? Can he knock Alex Neufeld off the pole this race, or even knock Dickman off the front row? Right now, Newton back there in 3rd. It's a little wide right there off the grass. He's going to crash. He's going to lose it right there. Off of turn number 4 into the barrier. Paul Newton looks disappointed. That is going to wrap up his qualifying effort. His 4 laps will be completed, and he can do no better than 3rd. So it's Neufeld, Dickman, and Newton. Your top 3: Marcus Powell, James Carruthers, Juan Castillo, Tyler King, Trevor Fetchner, Audrey Tan, Mike Sullivan, Paul Jackson. Actually going to finish up a lap right here. Let's see if Paul can finish up his last lap. He does. And that was his best lap, but did not improve his position. He is going to stay down in 11th. Quinn Ringgold in 12th. And Bert Schneider down in the pit area did not get a lap in. So we got 5 minutes left to go here in qualifying, but that's going to wrap it all up. Everybody's got their laps in. We got 25-minute race right after this. At, what do we got, about 58-second laps, so 25 minutes. I guess we're going to get maybe 24 to 25 laps in here at Lime Rock. It's only a 1.5-mile racetrack, so it doesn't take long to get around this place. No pit stops in a 25-minute race, so it's just going to be flat out from here. All right, we should be able to show you another nice toy right here. And you can see right here, 3 laps difference. Neufeld to Newton. Lap 1, 2, 3, 4. Each lap, Neufeld a little bit quicker. 0.2 of a second. Lap 3, Newton fell way off. Let's look at the same comparison here with Dickman. So Dickman did not get a time on lap 2, but made a huge improvement on lap 3 and lap 4. Just about knocked Neufeld off the pole. That lap 3 was really close at 0.02 of a second. Another nice toy we have here tonight. So this is from courtesy of our friend over at Collateral Damage Sports Network. Shane Cochran puts together all these different overlays and graphics for us. So any of these toys you see that you don't see in a lot of other places all come from Collateral Damage Sports Network. If you run SDK or you do anything broadcasting, if you just use it for whatever, jump over to the SDK Discord, find him in the marketplace, and get yourself some of these great overlays. He does a great job with all this stuff. So that is going to wrap up qualifying. We'll get the grid here for once they get going, but also, so let's see here. So that is going to, the time trial competition, as I call it qualifying, but it's actually 4 points. So that is going to put Alex a little further out in front of the point stand as he came in with a lead in the points, and that is going to secure him the point lead, right, at least going into this 25-minute race. Let's see, did I see Audrey waving at us? Is that what she was doing? We got Bryce Dickman here on the cam. All right. Thanks again to Trevor, Paul, Audrey, and Bryce for sharing their cameras with us. We're going to ride along with them all throughout this event. All right. 13 drivers. 25 minutes. We got about 2 minutes left to go. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to take a quick step away. We'll hear a little word from from AI Chief. If you're looking for an advantage out there for your pit stops, we're not doing any pit stops tonight, but if you're looking for an advantage for your pit stops, coaching, spotters, check out AI Chief, aichiefracing.com/DRSN. Go over there, sign up, and we'll be right back.
Now, driver, while the field gets sorted out and someone out there is still trying to find reverse, let me ask you a question. Have you ever been in the middle of a race and thought, man, I really wish someone in my headset would tell me what the hell is going on? Maybe you're running out of fuel. Maybe the leader is about to lap you. Maybe you just wrecked half the field and you're pretending it wasn't your fault. Well, driver, that's where I come in. AI Chief, your personal crew chief, race strategist, motivator, and occasionally the only voice of reason between you and the outside wall. With AI Chief, you get live race strategy, fuel and pit calls, real-time race updates, savage coaching when you start doing something dumb, and trust me, based on what I've seen out there tonight, some of you really need the help. AI Chief doesn't just tell you when to pit, he tells you when to save fuel, when to push, and when to maybe, just maybe, stop trying to go 3 wide into turn 1. So if you're tired of racing blind, and you'd like a crew chief that actually knows what he's doing, head over to aichiefracing.com and let Chief get you sorted out. Because the only thing worse than wrecking is wrecking without knowing why. AI Chief, I've got your back. Now let's get back to the action.
All right, we are back. Quick word there from AI Chief. AI Chief is still in development a little bit, but it's a fantastic tool. It's also a lot of fun too. And actually, we're going to be doing some broadcasting with AI Chief. They're going to put on a couple events. They're going to put on a community event here on the 20th and an affiliate race on the 27th of the month. We're going to jump in there and cover those races. We don't have all the details for it yet, but some more details will be coming up. Also here on DRSN, we come tonight with the Fresno SCCA group, and then tomorrow night, we have the Nitro Zone Racing League Truck Series with my friend Liam Erbig bringing you the coverage for that. We'll be back Friday night for the Half Decent Racing League Xfinity Series at Watkins Glen. It's just road course week for us all over the place. And then Saturday night, we're looking to be here with the JWR E-Racing as we've been for the last few Saturdays. We're not 100% on that one yet. We'll keep an eye on the schedule, subscribe, give us a like, get a notification every time we're going to go live. You'll find some more information there, and we're going to go ahead and get lined up here. Looks like we have a 5-minute warm-up, so we went with a 5-minute time to kill right there, and we're going to go with a 5-minute warm-up time to kill. Let's see if they fast-forward time on us here. So it looks like, no, we're actually going to do 5 minutes of warm-up, so they're going to get out here and make some laps. So as I was saying, lots more coming your way here on DRSN. And also we get back, we start into next week, the Dirty Old Bastards 360 Sprint Series has been some of the best racing we have seen all year long. Tuesday night is the season finale, season 22 for the DOB, as we call them. Tanner Pettit Racing has dominated this series, the 360s on Tuesdays and the 410 sprints on Thursday night. And actually, country music singer Corbin Matthews has thrown up a $20 bounty if anybody can knock one of the Tanner Pettit drivers off the chart there for next Tuesday night. So don't miss that one. And actually go back and, if you get a chance, go back and watch the truck race we did last night with the Western Racing League at Watkins Glen. That was one of my favorite races I think we've covered in a long, long time. Nick Trader putting on a heck of a show there. And I paused for a minute because I can't remember the other guy that won the race. So what happens when you get old? You forget things that happened yesterday. But it was a fun race. I remember that. So we're getting some drivers out here on the racetrack, getting some laps in. Neufeld going to get some warm-ups in here. Even though he already has fast time, he looks to be the dominant driver here tonight. Castillo out there as well. Audrey Tan, Team Skittles driver, Paul, teammate with Paul Newton, getting a few laps here during the warm-up. We've got about 3 minutes left to go here. Neufeld just looks to have the pace. He looked really good last time out back in April. He looks to be the fastest car tonight, but Dickham was right there with him. So we're going to see if Bryce can stay right there with him. Neufeld, as we've seen most of the season when we had a chance to be here, just does not make too many mistakes. So you're going to have to be a little quicker. You're going to have to find a way around to beat Alexander Neufeld here at Lime Rock. Juan Castillo out here in the 9, trying to get some laps put in, so a couple minutes here left to go. Thirteen drivers. It looks like they're all going to make some get out here and get on the racetrack. Schneider now back on the racetrack after not getting a qualifying lap, and so he's going to start dead last on the field here in the number 22. Fast time right now in practice is Castillo at a 1:19, so almost a full 2 seconds off of our pole time. Jump on board here with the 30 of Bryce Dickman. Let's just, while we do that, a little extra something here. We can jump on in the car with him as well. So we're in the car and in his, I guess it looks like his basement or wherever he's at. He's got his sim rig all set up. Bryce welcoming us into his home right here. You can watch him, you can watch the wheel movement and just how sensitive it is. Just a little bit of movement here on the wheel. These Mazdas will scrub off some speed, so you want to keep the wheel as straight as you possibly can. At the same time, keep your momentum up. Use up all the racetrack you possibly can on these corners. You can see Bryce sweeping out wide right here. It's exactly where you want to be at. He's trying to turn the wheel too tight in the middle of the corner, and all it's going to do is scrub off the speed. So here comes Dickman off of the turns number 7. Going to come across the line here for a lap here in the warm-ups. We got about 50 seconds left to go, and then we will get gridded up for a 25-minute race. Should be a good one here at Lime Rock. Looking at a little bit of information here on Lime Rock. I'm not totally familiar with this racetrack. The lap record is a 45:105 set by Juan Manuel Fangio II back in 1993. So that time has really held up here. NASCAR won a couple of races here as well. The trucks are really fun to watch here if you get the opportunity to watch the Craftsman trucks run around Lime Rock. All right, 9 seconds left to go here in the warm-ups. We will get into our 25-lap session. Neufeld took the win there in the time trial competition. Can he back it up again? Nobody has split the events on any weekend. Whoever has won the time trial seems like they go on to win the race. So Alex will start on the pole. It looks like we're going to have a full lap of, let's see here. Looks like we're going to have a full pace lap. We will get to our starting grid and we're going to get this underway. All right, we're going to roll away. So starting on the pole. In the 13, it's going to be Alex Neufeld to his outside. The number 30 of Bryce Dickman. We get back to row number 2. Starting on the inside, it's going to be the 27 of Paul Newton with Marcus Powell starting in 4th. Back and starting the 5th spot inside of row number 3, it's going to be James Carruthers. And the 9 of Juan Castillo is going to start in 6th to his outside. We get back to row number 4. It's Tyler King and Trevor Fetchner. We're going to go back to row number row number 5 actually. Audrey Tan, Team Skittles driver. Mike Sullivan there in the 47 will start 10th. We'll get back to row number 6. Starting 11th, it's going to be Paul Jackson. What's that livery on Paul's car? I like that 112 right there. And Quinn Ringhold start in 12th. Then we get back to the 13th. Last car on the field. It's going to be the 22 of Bert Schneider as we make our way out of turn number 5 down to 6. We're going to be getting underway here shortly. It's going to be Neufeld and Dickman bringing us to the line. Just a couple corners left to go, and green flag will fly. All right, off the last corner, we will see the safety car pull down pit road, make that little right-hand turn right there. Neufeld, Dickman down the hill right here. We're going to come across the line. Green flag will come in and fly in the air. This time by Barney the flagman with a green in the air, and green flag here at Lime Rock for the Fresno SCCA Sim League. Down into turn number 1. Neufeld gets a good jump. Dickman right there. Look at Newton down on the bottom. Newton's going to try to get second away. We're 3 wide right there through turn number 1. Dickman, Powell, and Newton. Dickman able to clear that battle right there, but in the meantime, Neufeld already checking out by a second here, just in the first couple of corners. Dickman settles into second. Powell now to third. Newton falls back to fourth. Carruthers and Castillo going out here. This is for 5th and 6th. Castillo on the outside, Carruthers on the inside. They make a little bit of contact right there. Castillo's going to go a little bit wide. He's going to lose another spot. Here comes Tyler King. Tyler King's going to make his way. He's going to get by both of them. Tyler King now up to 5th. Out in front, it is still Newton. We'll take a look at this battle back here. King now up to 5th. Carruthers right there on his inside. Side by side here for 5th and 6th. And Fetchner, that's Castillo off the racetrack. A little contact there with King and Carruthers. And here comes Fetchner out through the middle. It's going to be 3 wide across the line. Fetchner now up to 5th. A great move right there. We've got a great battle going on. Here comes Dickman up to the front. Neufeld goes off the racetrack. Alexander Neufeld off the track. As we talked earlier, he doesn't make too many mistakes, but he made one there. And that allowed Bryce Dickman to get up to the lead. This is the first race we've seen Bryce lead here with the SCCA. Can he hang on to it? He has got Marcus Powell over the back of him. Paul Newton and Alex Neufeld. Let's see if we can go back and see what happened to Alex. We were looking at that battle there in the midfield. See if he just made a mistake right here and got off the racetrack. He's out here all by himself. And heads up into turn number 1. It just gets in there, I think, just a little bit too big ahead of steam right here. He just gets off in the grass, just a little bit of understeer. And he just right off into the grass right there for Neufeld. He's going to lose 3 spots right there in that one corner. Single file up front. We got a good race. Castillo going to pull down to the pits. Sullivan also out of this thing. So Sullivan down into the pits right now. Let's see if we can see what happened to Sullivan. We see Sullivan up there in that chrome number 47. He just missed the turn. Gets collected by Audrey Tan. A hard hit there for Audrey right in the door of Sullivan. All right, the battle's back up front. Dickman, Powell, Newton, and Neufeld is actually falling back off the pace. Back to 4th right now. So your fast timer in last event's winner now back to 4th. Your battles for the lead. Let's check in with Paul. Or excuse me, let's check in with Bryce here. As he has got Powell to his outside right here. So Bryce Dickman focused. Powell looks in it and takes a look to the inside to make a little bit of contact. Powell's going to back out of it right there. Let Dickman get settled back out, but that's going to allow Newton to get up there with him. So Powell stuck his nose down on the inside of the corner. A little bit of contact right there. Did the gentleman thing. Backed out of the throttle. Let Dickman get straightened out. Let him drive away a little bit. But in the meantime, that allowed Newton to close up. And we got 4 cars up here in the front. Only 3 minutes into this race. 22 minutes left to go. Neufeld's now back up here in 4th. Dickman, Powell, Newton and Neufeld. Got a good battle going back here in the back. This is Carruthers, and it looks like Ringgold. As Carruthers is trying to make his way back up through the field. Going to keep an eye on his battle up front, though. Powell goes a little bit wide. Off of turn number 7. They're going to make their way across the line one more time. Up to turn number 1. Bryce Dickman looking really strong right now, but he has got the 404 of Powell all over the back, filling up his rearview mirror. Jump on board here with the 404 Powell. You can see, let's see if he makes up any ground right here as they're heading up through the S's. Up to turn number 5. He's closing in a little bit on the back of Dickman. going to go ahead and use some of our fancy graphics. The head-to-head matchup, you can see the last 4 laps. We got 4 laps completed. And Powell is faster on laps 2 and 3. Dickman faster on that last lap as Powell gets off the racetrack right there. Keep checking on that as the night goes on. We're only 4 laps into this. That's our 5th lap right there to come across the line. And our top 4 have just really separated out from the rest of the field. Tyler King back there in 5th. Powell now looks to the outside, and he is going to miss the corner. He's going to drive off the racetrack out into the grass. That is going to move Powell back to 4th. Newton now to 2nd. Neufeld to 2nd to 3rd. Powell now goes back to 4th. A mistake there from Marcus Powell. Going to knock him back to 4th. He was challenging Bryce Dickman for the lead, and at times looked to be a little bit faster, but he is now going to fall back to 4th, and he's going to be back about 5 or 6 car lengths now at this point. So off of turn number 5 one more time, down through 6. Here comes Dickman. He has got some good separation. It's about 0.6 of a second back to Newton. Down the front straight, we're going to complete another lap. That's going to be 6 laps down, 5 minutes into this race. The top 3, nose to tail. Powell back there in 4th. Newton goes a little bit wide right there. And Neufeld has to check up. That's going to give a little more separation to Dickman now. It's almost up to 0.9 of a second. I think right now, Paul Newton is the best defense here for Dickman. Dickman and Newton seem to be pretty matched for speed, but Neufeld I think is a little bit quicker if he can find his way around Newton here. But at this point in the time, it looks like he's got his hands full just trying to get around the 27. Look back a little further. Here's Carruthers. Carruthers trying to get around Jackson. That is the lap car of Castillo right there behind him. Don't want to miss any of this battle up front here. It is still Dickman. But here's our battle right now. This is with Newton. And looking back to the 13 of Neufeld from the 27. And you can see Alex close up on the back of him right there. But goes a little bit wide. Has to get out of the gas to keep from running into the back of Paul Newton. You can take a look to the inside right there. Paul left that inside line wide open. I thought Alex was going to jump in there, but Paul was able to defend it off the corner. Paul's going to move over there one more time. Looking to the right side there is going to be Neufeld. One more time looking to the inside. Great battle here for 2nd and 3rd as we are just about a third of the way through this race. About 18 minutes left to go. Right now, this is Bryce Dickman's race to lose. He is now 1.2 seconds out in front. Can he hang on to the lead here? Bring home his first win of the season. All right, Alex Neufeld still trying to find a way around Paul Newton. Then we got a car around right there. I'm not sure who that was. That looks like it might have been Sullivan. It was Mike Sullivan into the outside wall. Let's take a quick look here and see what happened to the 47. Well, it looks like he's heading down into turn number 1. He's got the leaders right there behind him. And just going to miss the braking point. The car just will not turn. Just tries to get into turn number 1 a little too hot. Drives it hard into the tire barrier. So Paul Newton out of this race, we got at this point, if he can get some repairs, I think he's going to be done for Mike Sullivan. So we got Sullivan and Audrey Tan both out of the race right now. Coming up on another lap car, I think that is Bert Schneider in the 22. Let's see if Bert is going to move over out of the way or if he's going to stay down on the racing line. Bert looks like he's having a hard time keeping that car straight down that long side-by-side 3 wide through the corner with a lap car on the outside. Neufeld took a look to the outside of Newton, and he is going to get off in the grass, but he's still got a good run. He's got the inside line. A great job there from Alex Neufeld. He's looking to take 2nd away. Newton fights back on the bottom. They're still side-by-side, but Alex Neufeld is going to clear him off of turn number 3, coming up through the S's right there. And the only car left in front of Alex Neufeld now is the 30 of Bryce Dickman, and it is 1.1 seconds up the road. And let's look at the last lap times here. with Neufeld and Dickman. The last lap, Alex Neufeld 0.6 of a second faster on lap number 9. That was a lap he was able to get around Newton there for second, and they're still going at it. Newton down to the inside across the line. He is going to have that inside line as they come across into turn number 1. Neufeld sweeps way out to the outside. He gives Paul Newton room on the bottom. Neufeld's going to go off the racetrack. Once again, out into the grass. He moved over to give Newton the bottom of the racetrack, but just makes a mistake. Off the grass one more time. That is the second time Alex Neufeld has been off the racetrack. All right, that is going to really help out Bryce Dickman. He is now 1.7 seconds out in front. I know that Bryce and Paul aren't teammates, but I think Bryce has really got to help out Paul for the fight he's putting up against Alex here tonight. And we're going to take a look at our in-car cameras here. I think Audrey's just kicked back watching the broadcast now. But we got Trevor up there in the top left. He's running back there in the 6th spot. We take a look here at Trevor. Paul battling right there in the 2nd spot. And we got Bryce Dickman down in our bottom right-hand corner. So Audrey and Mike Sullivan both out of this race. All right, 1.5 seconds. Paul Newton's cut a little bit of time into that. Coming up on the halfway mark of this race, we've completed 11 laps so far. See if we can find us a good battle on the racetrack to see if Alex Neufeld can reel in Paul Newton. Everybody else separated out quite a bit. Carruthers right there, got the lap car of Castillo right there in front of him. Fechner on the racetrack all by himself. We take a look here at Tyler King. Marcus Powell. Marcus was up here fighting for the top 4. Had a couple mistakes here. He is now about 8 seconds off the leader. Take a look here at Quinn Ringgold. Got the leaders coming up right behind him, so Quinn looking to go a lap down. Schneider still on the racetrack. Castillo is also still on the racetrack. We're going to keep an eye on Quinn Ringgold here in the 6th. Hopefully he knows he's got the leaders coming up behind him, because here comes Bryce Dickman. Usually in the number 30, in the number 14 tonight. Newton 1.3 seconds back. Right, looks like Paul knocked a couple tenths off that last lap. 25 hundredths of a second, actually, he knocked off the last lap. So Paul Newton is reeling in Bryce Dickman as they are coming up on the lap car. Neufeld pushing it for everything he's got back there. Let's compare the lap times between Neufeld and Newton. And Neufeld's been faster about 3 out of the last 5 laps. Not by much. The lap times are pretty close. But you can see that lap 11 is what really cost Alex Neufeld over his second. Off the pace there with Paul Newton. Looks like the 47 is Sullivan going to come out of the pit, so Sullivan's going to get some repairs done. All right, down under a second. Paul Newton is reeling in our leader. 0.8, 0.9. Oh, contact right there with the leader. The lap car of Ringgold off the racetrack. Here comes Neufeld. Dickman has to check up 13 of Neufeld, looking to take the lead. Bryce Dickman gets involved with the lap car. Neufeld able to take advantage of it. It looks like Newton kind of backed out of it when he saw the accident happen in front of him. That allowed Neufeld to get by both of them. Dickman fights back on the bottom of the racetrack, takes the lead back. We got 3 cars going at it here. We're halfway through this race. Only 11 minutes left to go at this point. Dickman, Neufeld, and Newton all over the top of each other right now. And Neufeld going to dive down. No, I thought he was going to dive into the pits there for a second. He just moved down the racetrack. We're going to mark that. We're going to go back and take a look at what happened there. But right now we want to keep an eye on this battle as they're still nose to tail. Let's take a quick look here at what happened there with our leader. So we see Ringgold right up here in the front. You see Dickman closing in on the back of him. It looks like I might have went back just a little bit too far here. But Ringgold off the racetrack, and as he's trying to get back on the racetrack, gets right in the way of the leader. So I think Ringgold just not a good re-entry back onto the racetrack. And that caused everybody to check up there in the front, and Neufeld just got back all the way up to the front, so he got by Newton and by Dickman right there with that contact. We're going to get back to live time here. Bryce Dickman still out in front, but not closer than it was a couple of laps ago. He had about a second lead, but he gets involved in the lap car right there, able to get back to the front. Alex Neufeld tried to take advantage of that situation, got himself back up to the lead, but he got passed back by Dickman and Newton one more time. And Neufeld's been the faster car all day long by lap times. Fastest track lap of the night by about a tenth, almost a full tenth of a second was Neufeld. Led early on to a couple of mistakes right now, but here comes Dickman. Dickman with the lead. He's got to hang on to it for 9 more minutes. Roughly about 9 more laps at this point. At the lap times they were running last time by, they were just under a minute. And at this point, these guys are pretty much just running qualifying laps every single lap, just trying to stay out in front of each other. Appreciate you joining us here on DRSN for the Fresno Sim Club. We got, looks like it's Sullivan going around. Sullivan with hard contact. He's going to come back up the racetrack. Powell has to take evasive action. Sullivan loses it off the final corner, makes some hard contact with that inside tire barrier. Just about collects the 404 of Powell, but Powell able to get clear of him right there. All right, your top 3 one more time. We're going to jump on the nose cam here of Alex Neufeld as he looks at the 27 of Newton and the 14 of Dickman up the road. Chopper just flew through the trees right there somehow. All right, we have got a battle on our hands. The top 3 all over each other right now. 8 minutes left to go. We've talked to Bryce a lot of times. I know Bryce really would love to get a win here tonight, but he has got to stay out in front of 2 fast drivers here in the Mazda MX-5s. Paul Newton and Alex Neufeld. I almost said Alex Newton and Paul Neufeld, but that wasn't quite right. So Neufeld still closing in on the back. We're gonna look a little bit further back here with a nose to tail. Tyler King's now moved himself up into fifth. Powell in 4th. Fetchner in the 6th spot, and then it's James Crothers in 7th, and Paul Jackson. That is our top 8. That's our 8 cars on the lead lap right now. Then it's Ringhold, Castillo, and Schneider still out on the racetrack. We've lost the 47 of Sullivan, and we've lost the 027 of Audrey Tan. And look at Alex Neufeld close up on the back of the 27 of Paul Newton. They're going to make their way off of turn number 7 to complete another lap here. Roughly about 7 more laps left to go in this race. 7 minutes as they come across the line. Looks like Bryce is trying to break the draft right there coming off that final corner. Newton is closing in. Kirsten, thanks for checking in the YouTube chat. Really appreciate you being there. Make sure you hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. All right, this is our battle up front. Fantastic race. Since the drop of the green, Alex Neufeld led early. Let's take a look at our lap leaders. Actually, we can do that here. Dickman's led 17. Alex led the first 2 until he made a couple of mistakes there. He's off the racetrack there again just a little bit, but actually this stuff didn't hurt him too much. Just got that right rear off a little bit. All right, Bryce Dickman getting a little more separation. It's about a half a second now back to the 27. They're coming up on the lap car of Schneider in the 22. The last time they came up on a lap car, it was almost deadly for Bryce Dickman. This time Schneider's going to move off out of the way. He's off in the grass. I thought we were going to see another poor entry back onto the racetrack there, but Burt did a really good job. Made a mistake, tried to give too much room, got off in the grass, and kept it out of the way right there. I thought he was going to come back on the racetrack right into Neufeld, but did a good job hanging on right there. All right, just a little over 5 minutes to go. They make their way through turn number 5 up to 6. And then down the hill to the final corner, turn number 7. underneath the air. Is that the Airstream Bridge right there? We're gonna call it. All right, everybody weaving and bobbing and weaving and back and forth down the front straight, trying to break the draft. Dickman 0.3 of a second back to Newton, only 0.2 of a second back to Alex Neufeld right there. So the top three just putting on a show. This is what we saw 4 weeks ago as well between these three, but that time it was Neufeld out in front. We jump on board with our webcams of 2 of our 3 drivers right here. We lost the cam of Audrey. Looks like she checked out on us. Trevor just having too much fun up there. Where is Trevor on the racetrack? He's just having a ball. He's back here in 7th, putting it on with Castillo. Paul Newton there in 2nd. Dickman in 3rd. Dickman leading the race. He's on the bottom cam there for us. So as we look at the 13 of Neufeld, cross the line one more time. Just about 4 laps left to go. 4 minutes left in this race. Can Bryce Dickman hang on? He's led since lap number 3, but he has the 27 of Newton. We're gonna look to the back right here. This is what Dickman is seeing in his mirror. He sees Paul Newton right there and Alex Neufeld. There's no doubt Dickman wants to win this race. He's won quite a few races in his iRacing career. We cover him on a couple other league nights, but I know he wants to pull this one off, and right now he has got the lead. He's led most of this race. He's only got to hang on for another 3.5 minutes. And Sullivan once again into the wall. Mike Sullivan has not had a good day here at Lime Rock. That chrome number 47 is all kinds of tore up. All right, up into turn number 1. 3 minutes left to go. Newton can look to the outside. Can Newton sweep to the bottom of the racetrack? Here comes Neufeld. I think Neufeld thought Newton was going to leave that bottom open. He went to make a late dive. I think Paul Newton was just trying to set up Bryce Dickman there, kind of diamond off the corner. Wasn't quite able to pull it off there, and that's going to be. Oh, they're coming up on the lap car again of Ringgold. Again, Ranger goes around in front of the leaders again. Another mistake there for the 6. A deep breath by Bryce Dickman right there as Ringgold spins around right in front of our leaders. All right. One more time. Coming down to turn number 7. Last time by, they were running 59-second laps. We might get 3 more laps in. It's 2:16 as we come across the line. I think we're actually going to get 3 more laps in at this point. And as we said earlier, you guys pretty much just running qualifying laps every lap, just pushing as hard as they can. They're actually only a second off the fast time for qualifying right now. There's just no room for error. If Dickman backs off at all, he is going to be in 3rd in a hurry. Neufeld right there with him. They make their way through the S's up to turn number 5. They are nose to tail. Going up on the lap car, I think that's Sullivan. Sullivan has had his struggles. All right, they're going to come across the line. I don't think this is going to be white flag. They've got 1 minute and 20. And Sullivan off the track. He's going to come bounce across in front of our leaders. It has been an obstacle course out there for our leaders the last few laps. And here comes Neufeld. Newton took evasive action when he saw Sullivan bouncing off the wall. That lets Neufeld get up to 2nd. Now Dickman has got Alex Neufeld in his rearview mirror. 59 seconds left to go. I think they're going to have to go another lap and a half at this point. As we've been running 59-second laps, they're going to complete this lap, and I think the next time by will be the white flag in the air for Bryce Dickman. But can he hang on for another lap and a half at this point? He has got the 13 of Neufeld in his tracks. Through turn number 6. Down the hill to 7. off of 7 across the line. I think it's going to be white flag. I don't think they're going to throw the checkered here. We got 24 seconds left to go as they come off the last corner. This will be white flag. One more lap to go for your leader, Bryce Dickman, and he has got to hold off the hard charging number 13 of Alex Neufeld. Neufeld looks to the outside. Dickman hangs on through turn number 1. Can he hang on for another 50 seconds here? They make their way up into the S's here. He's got a little bit of separation. It's about 3/10 of a second now. Dickman a little bit better through that section. He is able to put a little bit of a gap to him. It's about 2 car lengths back to Neufeld now in the 13. They make their way up through the S's up to turn number 4. Actually up to turn number 5. Just a few more turns left to go for Bryce Dickman to bring home his first win here of the season. And he is pushing it for all he's got. Around turn number 6 for the last time. Can he keep Alex Neufeld behind him? A good run off of 6. One more time down the hill off of 7. They're going to come across the line. I think Bryce Dickman's going to hang on right here as he makes no mistake right here. He's going to use up all the racetrack, but he's going to come across the line, take the checkered flag. And it is going to be Bryce Dickman blinking across the line right there. Alex Neufeld in second, Paul Newton in third. So a little bit of drama here and there with some lap cars. Bryce Dickman's going to try to do some donuts out here for us. So there's your winner. Bryce Dickman in the 14. He just blinked off our screen again here. You didn't have to leave so quick there, Bryce. All right, we're going to take a look at that last lap. So let's take a look here at the Discord, see if anybody is here with us. See if we can pull anybody in here for a race interview. Where are we at? Well, I'm looking in the wrong Discord, so that doesn't help me. All right, let's go back and take a look at that last lap here, if we can. We'll just go back a little bit further. All right, we'll get Bryce up here in the lobby with us. Hey, Bryce, you got Chris in the booth. Are you there? All right, let me get my channel set up here. Okay, one more time. We got you?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. Well, now everybody else can hear you. That was the main purpose of that. All right, buddy. I know you wanted to get a win in this league. You come on with a win tonight. That was not an easy one, my friend. Tell us how it was from your end of things.
No, I am sweating. That's got to be one of the most difficult races with all the chaos that happened, and yeah, just tire wear and everything. That was an awesome race. That was a great battle between Paul and Alex and I.
You got a little it got a little sketchy at times with some lap cars. Ringhold come back onto the racetrack right in front of you. Sullivan, you got lucky. Sullivan bounced off the wall there with a couple laps left to go. Just about took out Neufeld, and that's actually what at the time kind of lost Paul back to second spot. But man, that was close. I was just three. You guys just put on one hell of a show out there, buddy.
Yeah, I'm glad. That was probably even more fun, I'd say, for us than it was for you guys. That was I can't even give these guys enough props for driving clean and everything through all that chaos.
Well, we got you on the.
Alex could have taken more advantage, but
yeah, Alex. I thought once Alex got around Paul there with that lap and a half to go, I knew you had your hands full. We got you on the webcam too. Thanks for sharing the cam with us tonight. Appreciate it. But
yeah, of course.
Yeah, just a fantastic win there tonight. I know we're gonna go on and race some pro light trucks. I think you're gonna take part in that one. I think I might come try to run you over a little bit tonight.
Yeah, I think I've had enough incidents. I'm gonna try and keep it clean. No, it'll be fun. I'm sure it's gonna be chaos again in the trucks there.
All right, buddy. Well, congratulations on a great run. You don't always have to be the fastest, and I think maybe Alex might have had a little more pace than you at times. But all you gotta do is take advantage of others' mistakes, and you did that, buddy. You held on for a great finish tonight, bringing home the win. But anybody you want to give a shout out to before we let you go?
Yeah, thank you again. Thank you for everything you do in the broadcast and everything. It's super fun to have, friends and family watch the broadcast and all that. So thank you for that, and thank you to Paul and Alex for another amazing race. It's awesome to finally get a win. I was just telling them before the race, I got second in every single qualifying and main race this season so far. So
Well, good job, man.
yeah,
We're going to see you in just a little bit, so we'll talk to you in a little bit.
thank you.
Good
Thank
job.
you, Chris.
You bet. All right, let's get our second place finisher, Alex. Alex, are you there, buddy?
Oh, yes, I am.
Well, that was an adventure for you, bud. I mean, you had fast time. It looked like I thought you were going to run away with it, and uncharacteristically, you made a little mistake right there, and you had to try to claw your way back.
Yeah, my pedals were not playing nice with the heel toe. I wasn't able to get my foot all the way over, and I kept missing gears. So, yeah, just one of those. It happens, but it certainly made things eventful.
Well, that's why it's easy for me, because I'm lazy and don't use a clutch. I just use the paddles, and I don't have to worry about that kind of stuff. So I don't have that challenge. But man, you made a great run. You came back there. You and Paul just put on a heck of a show in the battle for second there for a long time. But once you cleared Paul, I mean, Sullivan about wiped you out there with about 2 laps left to go when he got into the wall. But that allowed you to get around Paul. And then once you got behind Dickman, I thought that was lights out for Bryce. I thought you were going to get him for sure.
I don't know. He was very, very, very marginally. I mean, we were within a tenth, I think, for a lot of our laps. So, and I know he can drive a good defense. So hoping for the best, but expecting not to get by.
Well, you never know what to expect when we get into these races. A little bit smaller field with only 13 cars, but the three of you guys just put on a hell of a show. I mean, there might as well have been 50 cars out on this racetrack. That was just a fun race to watch. Anything else you think you could have done different besides not missing some gears?
I think that was ultimately it. Just little sloppy mistakes here and there, and when everybody's fighting for hundredths of a second, that you pay the price for it.
Well, good job tonight. I think you're still going to extend your point lead a little bit going into where are we going next time? I don't even remember. I think I should really pay attention to these things before I start talking. Where the hell are we next race? We are at it's a mystery. It's a mystery track on June 10th, so I don't even get a chance to say, how do you feel about the mystery track? I don't know.
Actually, I'm gonna be stepping away for a couple months for some personal things going on. So it'll be interesting to see what happens between Bryce and Paul specifically.
Well, all right, buddy. Well, I hope everything's okay and a good run here to get in tonight. And I know you want to come home with a win, but second is pretty damn good. The great race you guys put on. So before you get out of here, anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Bryce and Paul, as always. It's always so fun going back and forth with both of them. It's always a good time.
All right. Well, good job, buddy. Good luck, and we'll see you down the road.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
You bet. All right. Let's get our third place finisher in here. We're going to take a look at, see if we can get Paul in here. Hey, Paul, you got Chris in the booth. Are you there?
Hey, I'm here.
All right. Let me see. You start your camera. Okay. We're going to pull you up on the webcam at the same time. You're not sitting. There you are.
Okay. Sorry.
No worries.
I got to get prepared for the next race. But...
All right. No worries. All right. We'll just leave it off then if you're not in your chair. That's cool. All right.
Yeah.
That was that, my friend, was an adventure for 25 minutes. It felt like an hour at times the way things were going. Tell us how it was from your side of things.
Yeah, it felt like that in the car too. I looked up probably 10 minutes into the race expecting the white flag. Just so much action in that race. It was so tiring and just a tough one to get through, but it was a lot of fun. Everybody was racing super clean. Bryce, Alex, Marcus, we were all duking it out for the lead there. That was awesome to see. But the last few races we haven't been super competitive at the front, but this one made up for all of that. Just so much fun.
Well, we're just taking a look at the replay of coming off of turn seven to the white flag, or actually it was a couple laps left to go, I think, at the race when Sullivan made a mistake there, got in the tire rear, just about wiped you out, but you had to check up right there, and that's really what allowed Alex to get by you there for second.
Yeah, that was unfortunate that happened, but it was situations like that kind of going all day that I think he got around me in the first place, or that I got around him in the first place, so we kind of traded things back and forth on having to take evasive action a few times, so it's all good. It's a lot of fun.
Well, good job out there. You guys put on, as I said to Bryce and Alex both, you guys just put on one hell of a show. That was fun to watch and fun to call. But we come back in a month at another mystery track, so we're not quite sure what that's going to be. So we'll find out when we get to that. I know we got a fun race coming up after this with the Pro Lights at West. Is it Westworld? What's the name of that racetrack? It's
Wild West.
Wild West. I think I should know that. But well, this should be fun, man. But before you get out of here, anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, I just want to say hi to everybody watching at home. Thanks for supporting the Fresno SCCA, and thanks to the Fresno SCCA for putting their name behind this and letting it all happen. So it's been a lot of fun.
All right, well, good job, man. We're going to go ahead and get out of here for the night, and we're going to jump in and run that fun race with you. So we're going to see you in just a few minutes.
All right, great.
All right, that's going to wrap it up here for us. So our podium tonight, let's just take a look here at our full results, give everybody some time on the screen here. So let's take a look at our race results here. Bryce Dickman coming on with a win. Alex Neufeld in second after starting on the pole. Paul Newton in third. As we talked, just got in talking to Paul right there. Marcus Powell in fourth. Tyler King, James Carruthers, Trevor Fetchner. Thanks, Trevor, for sharing your webcam. He's going to come in seventh. Paul Jackson in eighth. Juan Castillo, Quinn Ringel in 10th. Bert Schneider finished 2 laps down on 11th. And Mike Sullivan and Audrey Tan. And also thanks to Audrey for sharing her webcam as well. Both did not finish the race. Our charge of the race was Jackson up 3 spots. Most laps led was Bryce Dickman leading 25 laps. Only 2 laps of the race he did not lead. Fastest lap of the race was Alex Neufeld, and Alex sat on the pole. So that is going to wrap it up here for us from Lime Rock with the Fresno SCCA Sim Racing League. Another fantastic race here tonight. We're going to go ahead and get ourselves out of here, but don't forget to come back tomorrow night for the Nitro Zone Racing League Truck Series with Liam Irving bringing you coverage tomorrow night. That is at 9:30 Eastern, and I'll be back Friday night for the Half Decent Racing League Xfinity Series at Watkins Glen. That is at 8:45 Eastern Friday night. I'm not sure how I'm remembering this stuff. And Saturday night, look for some coverage of some Super Speedway money racing. Well, that's a nice somebody flying through the air. That was a way to finish the race. So, but look for some money racing Saturday night with the JWR E-Racing. But this is going to close it out here for another Tuesday night with the Fresno SCCA. And from all of us here at DRSN, thanks for choosing to spend your evening with us. I'm Chris Murphy saying keep it smooth, keep it smart, and if you can't do that, at least keep it entertaining. We'll see you next time. Good night.